Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Luce, and no avatar tonight. We're just gonna lay back, chill, and play Rival Wings. The Moogle Tome event's coming to a close soon. One of the big patches coming up next week, so this is basically probably gonna be our last dance for a while, at least until the one before the expansion. I'll talk a bit about that a bit later in the stream, I think. For now, I just want to dive right in. But yeah, feeling pretty good. Yeah, and no VTuber tonight. That's just Zero. The third there is entirely just block chat because, you know, horny chat could always happen. Someone could say something I don't want on stream or stuff. Gotta take precautions. But yeah, we're just gonna have some fun with this tonight, so feel free to sit back and relax as I just bounce around waiting for the queue to pop. I'm not sure what I should talk about. Maybe I should go into the new stuff. Well, first things first. Yeah, the new expansion has been announced. It's Evercold. Looks like for the next few years, next few expansions are going to be. Well, a lot of people already predicted this, but yeah, the next few expansions are apparently going to be shard hopping and seeing how that goes. Whether we end up taking up the job of the Assassins we defeated, or pulling another Shadowbringers to bring them all from the brink, who knows? But it will certainly be interesting to see how this all plays out. That said, they're also going to be redoing a lot about the battle system and such, so it looks like, yeah, they really are going to be redoing a lot of combat systems. Will be interesting to see. That said, I'm most interested in a lot of the stuff that's coming later in the .5 patch. I'll probably have some nights. Yeah, I'm gonna dedicate some nights to the story and stuff because I do absolutely need to catch up on that. But by the time this patch comes out, I'll have plenty of time to do that and more open nights for it. So should be a fun time. It's kind of interesting if we just have a bunch of elemental themed expansions. If you missed the streams with friends, unfortunately a lot of that is just simply either our schedules didn't line up or we haven't found a game we all agree on. And we pretty much agreed we don't want to have a game where two of us love it and the third is just around for the ride. And that's also why we ended up having to stop stuff like Gunfire Reborn. There were just too many times where one or two of us would be dominating everything and the third just was behind and didn't accomplish much, which is a shame. But we don't want to leave anyone out. That's what I was looking for. I don't know. Santa Claus. I do love that outfit, but it's not very Santa Claus. Oh, yeah, the Dark Knight has a few weapons that are clearly Odachi's. Yeah, Omni-Job Glamours was definitely one of the better additions they could have brought to the game. Fashion is true endgame and isn't just a meme. A lot of people have had a lot of good stuff here. Apparently they're also raising the graphics settings in the coming expansion, so the PS4 support is being dropped. Understandable, but dang, it's hard to believe the PS4 was around that long. Oh yeah, gotta get a KO there. We won mid. Good. This poor Viper, he thinks he can handle us. Well, he might be able to handle me. That's because I'm a caster of the low, and I've got the lowest HP. But yeah, the team got him. Got the tank. That's a very nice thing to have there. But yeah, I remember when the game was newer and it was on the PS3, if you can believe that. So a lot of people memed the PS3 limitations prevented a lot from coming in, but now the production values have come a long way. They're also saying that eventually they will be adding the butt slider that was in the 1.0. The most requested feature. Well, not the most, but it was requested a lot more than you might think. Yeah, there's a reason I don't even joke about it. There's no question, a lot of the fan base is, in fact, very horny. I respect the openness about that, but it does mean I need to be very careful. Oh, yeah, yeah, we've got enough people covering that we can do it this way. No, you don't, buddy. Okay, good. The pressure's down. Always satisfying when the pressure goes down. Okay, gotta get rid of the enemy. Minions, the creeps, I guess would be the MOBA term for them. I've always been instructed never to call them minions. Apparently that's something that was done with the League, and it has caused a lot of anger. I wouldn't know. I've mostly played Dota 2. I think I might have done some League, but I think that was at the end of my days of enjoying MOBAs. Nothing specifically made me say not playing that game again. It's more, just more went out of favor. But I still do like it. It's just, well, as you might have seen in this mode, games are very prone to snowballing. And the thing is, matches like this, yeah, it's not only prone to snowballing, but the regular... Well, he did waste everything, so that Sage can do... Oh, that Reaper came, yeah. Yeah. The thing is, regular MOBAs like League and Dota 2, they take like 40 minutes a game, and they're still prone to snowballing just like in this one. It's not impossible to make comebacks. In fact, it's a little easier than in this game, but it's not likely. That's probably why I gravitated towards shorter ones like this, and Here's the Storm. It is much more reasonable. And yeah, it looks like we're stomping this time. I guess you don't want to, then again, I guess it's better that they wasted on me than our oppressors. Because if that machinist had actually been smart and used his ult on the oppressor, that would have been a massive chunk of damage and it would have melted a lot faster. But because he wasted on me, our oppressors freely got to break that tower, and now we're in the lead. Main Cerulean tank, we definitely want this. Well, at the very least, we gotta deny the enemy it, because, melee jobs actually are quite tanky. Oh, I don't want to be standing in the tracks. It can and will one-shot you, my friend. Yeah, I guess the monk saw how many of us were here and decided he didn't want any of that. Oh, I don't want any of that. Respectable. Now, we need 4 people here for maximum, so if that's all here, I'll go this way to interrupt that oppressor. Never a bad idea to crush an oppressor. I'm sure Alphen from Tales of the Abyss would definitely say something like that. Yeah, I don't have time to charge this. There we are. There we are. Press her down. Alphen would be proud. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm not even gonna bother with that to machinist there. My skills would be put to much better use. Yeah, destroying these things would be a lot better. Yeah, there we are. I don't care about the players nearly as much as the creeps. Those are the things that deal a lot of damage. Yeah, I gotta jump everything on this guy to make sure it dies. The longer our towers last, the better. Yeah, see how much destroying the enemy creeps helped us out here? It's easy to want to kill a lot of players, especially since they do help with your soaring, but killing the creeps are the main thing that helps you push. Oh dear, there's one down here I should definitely be helping with. Oh, we already won. Here we are. Just an extra push to ensure we win. Yeah, we are absolutely stomping this. They're already dead, and that mercenary merc just confirmed it. 1 HP. You know what? Let's screw it. If no one else is doing it, let's just go to the core. Yeah, the ones attacking the core just directly might as well. Not bad. Could have done better, but I did get a lot of ceruleum just by attacking all those creeps, minions, and robots, which is always nice. Yeah, I swear, I'll be getting back to the crystal paste farming. It's just that that requires a lot of roulettes, and right now I'm not feeling the roulettes. Well, no, specifically it's low level and EX roulettes, it looks like. High level might as well. We'll have to oh, let me check. Pursuit of Perfection. Yeah, low level, EX, and high level. Rest assured, I'll be doing both the 0.4 and 0.5 storylines once the patch drops. I kind of just wanted to have the option to do them all in a row. Plus, well, as mentioned, I don't get very many options to do the PvP here, so I figured it'd be nice to focus that. Moogle tome events are the only time anyone actually queues for the MOBA mode, so might as well enjoy it. Thankfully, I can at least enjoy Frontline and Crystalline Conflict. People actually like those, so Frontline they only seem to do because there's a roulette for it, but hey, it is what it is. I wish this had a roulette. Yeah. look at my stats. I've hit about 300 of these games played, which honestly feels a lot lower than I've done. Clearly, I should have done more like this. Gobby juice. Yeah, that's not worth our time. So, most will usually try and get some... I don't want that samurai's attention. A melee job, melee DPS is very easy for killing... Here. Yeah, since they already passed here, I can grab this. Here we are, another one. I will definitely be getting back to... As for personal goals, I'm probably just definitely going back to the, Occult Crescent even before the, next stop comes up. I might even stream it if I'm interested. Wait, the train run over? Yes, it can. Interesting. Might as well help a fight here. Haha. Okay, yeah, I can't beat those guys. Oh well, I at least saved that other... was that a white mage? Yes. Yeah, I should have just head on back. It's not a deal. Gobby Juice just instantly fills everyone's limit break, but the thing is, as you saw, my ult was already charged by the time the train came, and... So, by the time the train already happened, everyone should already have it, and there's no guarantee. And while you could do what I did and just drop your ult, your limit break, so that you can have it refreshed immediately, there's not always necessarily going to be an opportunity to actually do that. Yeah, the monk decided they don't want any of that. I can respect that. Ha! Blizzard and Cyan. Sorry, buddy. Attack me if you want. I don't care. All I care about is killing your creeps. Although I suppose, since the machines cannot heal, it might be in my best interest to, do that. Paladin is not going to die without focus fire, and it's also not nearly as threatening as melee DPS is. So I'm not going to do anything about that one. Oh crap, yeah, that was no good. Yeah, he saw what I was doing, and he was not having any of it. Either he's gonna die soon, or he's gonna... Yeah, he was forced to dismount, so that's good. That was worth it. Just because now that Cruise Chaser is not around to... is no longer around to ruin our Oppressor's Day, although it seems there was way more north I should have been dealing with. Granted, we were able to push through. We were at least able to push that tower as well, so... Here we are. Feeling pretty good about Limbus. He's a new chapter, that's for sure, though. Okay, I don't care about you. Get out of here. I've got absolutely nothing left, so the fact they followed me is an unfortunate problem for me. the big thing they really needed to do is remove the homogenization of between jobs. I can understand if they want to keep the DPS numbers similar so that we don't have we can't let this into our job into our party, they won't beat the DPS check, but the game has indeed suffered. I think I'm probably the only one who's mentioned, but the game seems to be feeling like their jobs feel way too similar, especially the tanks and healers. They feel way too similar. Alright, they dismounted the, Alright, how bad is up there? Extremely. Yeah, for as much as Bahamut sticks around, he really only does good damage on the initial drop. If you're killed by it, then you're in trouble. But if you survive it, he's not going to do anything if the summoner isn't also attacking at the same time. And I think that's probably the design that they had in mind, that you attack alongside him to try and take someone down. But honestly, I just straight up don't think Bahamut is summoner's Bahamut summon is all that threatening in PvP unless other than the initial drop. Because if he can actually does have a reasonably good shot of crushing you with his fat butt. Oh, come on, I was out of that. Damn snapshot. It is what it is. Alright, we were stomping pretty well before, but now we're the ones getting stomped. Not completely, but it's not great. Alright, the Merc's up here, so I should go to stop them. I have the feeling they're going to be attacking. Okay, no, there's like 6 people up there. I cannot stop that. I can, however, stop this. Yeah, they wasted their ult on me. Yeah, they were there to change it up immediately. There was nothing I could have done. Go ahead and kill me if you want. I already took out your oppressor. I did my job. Yeah, they're being caught up pretty hard in the murder. Although absolutely no one on our team is doing any mechs. I've never do mechs. Like, last time I did on stream was the first time I'd done it ever, so I guess now's the best time to learn. Well, this is not looking good. I didn't realize Cruise Chaser's theme plays. Is while mounted. That's funny. I wonder if Brute Justice's plays while playing him. Possibly, but people are actually very quick to get the Brute Justice going. There we go. Yeah, the mechs straight up can't go to the center. Which makes sense, I guess. It'd be way too easy for them if they could assist with fighting. Yeah, it's hard to dismount before they kill you. And even if they did, I'm just a Picto. I don't have anything that can guarantee my survival. Beastmasters coming, but it's a shame that they came at the cost of Blue Mage. I get that they probably want to make sure Beastmasters are in good shape before moving it too much, but at the same time, it does feel like... Oh yeah, they also made it so you can't do quests or certain things with limited jobs like make before. I'm guessing that's so you couldn't simply straight up can't have a ton of quests prepared for Beastmaster to turn in immediately. But at the same time, why is that a problem? They get a decent amount from the start to begin with. Gonna have to dismount. I'm all out of power. Gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, we were getting stomped there, and they were really pissy in the chat. Well, not much can be done about that. It is what it is. I'm gonna grab a sip of my drink before I go to the next one. Hold on. Thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have cracked open a whole new drink when I don't think I'm gonna be going too late tonight. Oh well. The nice thing about this game is I can easily control how long my sessions are, so I don't have to worry about losing track of time like I can with Wrath of the Righteous. Oh yeah, Wrath of the Righteous. Honestly, I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Like, I loved Kingmaker, I genuinely did, but Wrath of the Righteous definitely feels like a step up in a lot of ways. The only thing I think Kingmaker definitely did better was feeling like the adventure with friends thing. Because while there are some quests that do feel a little like that, I guess being laser focused on the demon invasion is pretty huge. Although wow, they did not hold back on the mythic stuff. I knew, don't get me wrong, I knew going in mythics were a thing, and I had to plan the build around that, but holy crap, but they're a lot stronger than I thought. And then wanna know the goofy part? Apparently it's actually nerfed from the tabletop version. All those things are overpowered, and yet the tabletop version had even stronger things in there. Oh, right, I forgot to queue up. I forgot, yeah. Crap, now I'm channeling Nenyo. I forgot. Yeah, well, the more I was thinking about it, I was pitching the Angel Path as Izal regaining their lost power, but I'm pretty sure it's a bit more complicated than that. Perhaps I should change it to that's what Izal thinks is what's happening, but the game seems to be implying that whatever that weird chest wound is, that's what's causing us to be able to take the mythic powers. And whatever it is, it seems to be similar to whatever's giving those other demons similar powers. I thought maybe that enemy that was an Inquisitor was supposed to mirror whatever my character's class was, but no. Looking up, no, they're just always an Inquisitor, and I just happen to get lucky. Well, I guess with Daskari and Baphomet as the main villains, it makes sense they'd have a lot of Inquisitors of their own to go against ours. I'm sure ours might be trying to infiltrate their... Might have our own spies trying to infiltrate their ranks. Reminds me I should probably mess with stealth a bit more in that game, but honestly, in Kingmaker, the stealth often felt a little eh. It's a bit clunky, I guess the best way to put it. Because you have to go into stealth mode, you have to move people individually, because obviously as a group, everyone's going to make a lot more noise. Seems easier to just enter from an unexpected angle in general and get an attack off, and that's easier. Someone in chat was showing this thing off. Let's see here. No one, Udo. Not like I have anything better to do. Let's see which mount that is. Oh, I see. That's the PvP one. The one I'm actually going to be getting soon myself, actually. Let's take a look. Okay, I'm nowhere near needing that. PvP profile. There's mom stones. Yeah, that's right. That's this item right here. As you can see, I'm probably going to be getting it relatively soon. I don't believe the season's going to roll over until the new expansion comes. So I do have plenty of time in which I can do it, but I definitely need to I definitely need to figure a way to spend trophy crystals. I've gotten all the cosmetics that I cared for and all the single-use items like the nameplate cosmetics, minions, and all that stuff. I guess if I miss a season, I can spend them on that, but if you don't have anything other to spend them on, the only thing you can spend trophy crystals are buying the wolf collars, then going over here and exchanging them for wolf marks, and then exchanging those wolf marks over here for materia. It's a bit annoying, but it is a way you can convert trophy crystals. It's an annoyingly long process, but it does directly convert trophy crystals into raw cash if you need that for any reason whatsoever. Thankfully, this game is not very cash heavy. Yeah, it's mostly if you need specific cosmetics or something, but it is something to keep in mind all the same. I haven't done too many of here. I've done everything I care to do for now, I guess, except for, yeah, I'm right, my weekly tome stone caps. I'll deal with that later. It's not too difficult to farm those up once you know how. Especially if you are in one of the discords that tells you they're doing, hunt trains. Because hunt trains are the way I've always been doing it for a while. It's way faster than doing EX Roulette, especially since the EX Roulette is usually just the same handful of dungeons. So if you do it each day, like, I believe you have to do it 5 out of the 7 days if you want to get the cap tombstone limit entirely through that. And that means you're going to be getting really sick of those dungeons really quick. Reminds me, how many of these do I have? 147, not bad. Yeah, I swear I'll fix up my inventory later. You know, as I always keep saying. Well, I guess to be fair, I do have a lot less than I did last time, but that's kind of damning with faint praise because there's still not much there. Here we are. Literary cannon. But is it as good as the party cannon? Oh, the Hand of Mercy. Now that's a pretty good title. Yeah. You need something like some ridiculous 5,000 kills in frontline. That's a pain in the ass. It's, well, maybe it's just me, but well, I'm one of those people who really love seeing all the variety and mounts that people have when doing stuff like this. Gobby Juice is not worth our time, so time to get Ceruleum. You either want to get Ceruleum or kill creeps. Hello, buddy. No thanks. I don't want any of this. Break line of sight, break line of sight, break line of sight. I can actually pierce my shield, but the Dark Knight cannot. So that is something very important to be wary of. DPS usually have a way to break shields. Okay, I'm in base. I'm safe. He can't go past that shield. Okay, that was very frustrating. Thankfully, since we haven't lost any of these yet, he did nothing but waste his time by following me. North is being attacked by players, so I need to go there. Gobby Juice. Yeah, tanks always seem to think they can get a kill, and I genuinely don't know why. They don't have anything that can pierce shields. Granted, I guess if you're cheeky, you can do it. I mean, it's not like they don't have damage options. It's just I'm not impressed by them. Darn it. Well, they tried to stop me, but I still took out half its HP. Oh, my retainer's finished. Yeah, I think I mentioned before, but I usually just have my retainers collect raw materials that I can sell. You would be surprised how many the crafters seem to hate farming their own leathers and cloths, so I sell those. I'm dead. We just lost our top north tower. They have not lost a single one. Oh dear. Common in black. There. Well, if they don't have an oppressor here, their damage to our core is going to be negligible, but we really have to push the other one. I guess while they're doing that, I should go ahead and grab the ceruleum here to get... That way, once our team lost the mech and we don't have a way to get it back, because we don't have enough, so I'm going to have to find some more ceruleum. It could be a bit of a problem. As far as guesses for the next expansion, I genuinely don't have any ideas. We've just seen the previews, but those can mean anything. I mean, don't forget they've hidden quite a few things during Dawn Trail. Like, they did show Solution 9 and the area around it, but how it was in there was left unknown. So a lot of people just assumed Solution 9 in that area would be behind the gate, but the gate turned to be behind anything. Ceruleum tank. Alright, our teams are battling up here, so let's make sure we get this one. I definitely need to kill that white mage, or else they're going to be a problem. Oh, our team handled it. Alright, where's the Merc? Minute 19, huh? Plenty of time to go over here, and that is on enemy oppressor. Damn it, I bet the Paladin thinks they got the kill when it was the mech, the Goose Chaser that did it. Guess I did notice the basic of the trailer, artwork and all that seemed to revolve around that mysterious person. That mysterious hooded person, and I guess that could be a good or bad thing. Expansions that revolve basically around a single character are very, very hit or miss. Like Stormblood revolved basically entirely around Elise, and then yeah, she's still controversial to this day. Then again, I was gonna say Shadowbringers focused on Gra, but I don't think it actually did. Well, maybe it. No, it didn't focus on. Depends if you count him and Exarch as two different characters. I guess the best way to put it. Yeah, I'm ignoring the enemies here. Man, it is very hard to... There we go. We got it. Alright, looks like there's two ops in north. I have to go there at all costs. Merc's gonna be a big help, but... Damn it. Whatever, I can go through the center here. Yeah, I was one... Okay, so that explains what these gates are for. These gates are specifically to prevent you from bringing mechs into the middle area to help fight for the center. You actually have to work for that. There we are. That's another oppressor down. We're just channeling the spirit of Alphen right now. We're a bit behind, but we actually do have more than enough ability to make a comeback. Yeah, destroy the creeps at all costs. There we go. Ooh, I flattened that poor white mage. Made him a pancake. Yeah, our oppressor's coming. But their brute justice is coming, so I need to intercept that. Wait, no, the gob tank. We gotta secure the gob tank. This will be a huge... Yeah, we need this mid. You there, buddy. We can let them run off if we need to. Chad Thunderrock. Wow, that is a very loud outfit, isn't it? Pictomans of Bolero. I guess even... Also, trees there, I guess. Grand Champions Flatbrush. I believe that's from the raid. You know, thinking about it, I probably could have done a raid stream earlier this week, but I had a lot going on. It's crunch time at work, and quotas are definitely pulling a lethal company, that's for certain. Where's the Gobby Merc? It's up north. Okay, yeah, I need to help fight for this guy. I do not care about you guys. Leave. Yeah, hit me as much as you want, buddy. Here we are. Yeah, we just ignored the tanks who were going. The tanks were going after us, and not the gob. Yeah, but mercenary, and that's ultimately what killed them. Yeah, we actually might make. Look, ooh, never mind. I was thought maybe we actually might come back, but I forgot about our defenses. Oh dear. Yeah, it shows you not to get cocky like I was. This game is very good at punishing your hubris. Yeah, I guess I should get these going. There we are. Even something as simple as fleece actually goes for quite a bit, since turns out crafters don't like to have to massacre the sheep over in Coerthus for hours on end just to get the drops. Same with leather. Leather and cloth materials sell really well just because of lazy crafters. Oh yeah, we're also finally going to be getting the ending to the Echoes of Vanadale storyline. No idea who the final boss is going to be. It's going to be yet another return of Shantado. For some reason, people really love Shantado. Maybe it'll be one of the final bosses of that story. My understanding is they've got quite a few of them. Let's see. Yeah, in the coming weeks, I'm definitely going to be finishing off the storylines of pretty much everything important. Interesting that San Aureus had actually a two-phase. No, we've had a number of two-phase final bosses and ones other than the final one. In fact, even the first one, the Juno raid, had two phases, since the boss had with armor and without. Yeah, it also kind of highlights just how different the two games are. Like, I did look up those boss fights. It's on YouTube for Final Fantasy XI. This game's version of those bosses do like 4 to 6 mechanics in the time it takes those in 11 to do like 2. It's a much slower paced game, which I can understand why some prefer it. I mean, there's a reason people prefer the much slower old school RuneScape. It has a nice relaxing experience. said, I do think it would definitely is a problem that the expansions pretty much always have everything of relevance in the 0.3 and 0.5 patches. Like, the big stuff in this game, like the Cold Crescent, the Cosmic, those were all around the midpoint of the expansion, and the end here is where they all get significantly enhanced, where they're going to come with a lot more stuff. I'm sure that'll make them great, especially since, well, technically speaking, they're evergreen content. Like, you can still do Ishgard restoration stuff even though all the steps are down. You just don't get to see the flybys and stuff like you do with the new one. That's probably why they recorded the new one, so that you aren't screwed out of it. But it also means, you pretty much have to come with the expansion if you want to enjoy everything, and you're gonna have a very short amount of time that it's relevant before the next one comes. Such is the pain of something that's a vertical progression. Still, there are some people who never left Eureka since Stormblood. And likewise, people are making jokes about the players that... Oh, right, I forgot to queue up. Jokes that never, people that never left Bozja or Zadnor since... the Shadowbringers, so there'll probably be some that will never leave a Cold Crescent since Dawn Trail. And I guess to be fair, you can do that. The game very clearly has a lot of dedicated gear that specifically grants you bonuses while in that specific area, which is certainly a nice thing to have. Yeah, we won mid here. Looks like, not sure why that person left. They must have had a very important date or something. Because as far as I can tell, this team is doing really well. Hey, Chad Thunderrock is here too. Oh, now we're sure to win. That machinist is not having a good day with us here. Damn it. Well, what matters is I managed to weaken it a good bit. I managed to get some damage on their tower, so I think that was worth it. Yep, just won the Gob tank. We're getting a bit of an extra push here. Looks like they've got an oppressor up north, so that sounds like something I need to murder with the power of paint magic. I don't know why people insist that the Pectomancer doesn't fit the game's themes. We've had far sillier stuff. I mean, the Reaper is so much of a massive edgelord, I don't know how anyone can take it seriously. And I'm a Reaper main. On that note, I am genuinely curious how Reaper is going to go about it. I didn't end up getting very... Oh, there's a new oppressor coming here, coming to town. Hello, new oppressor. Come on, I could have at least let me drop the dot on him. Well, whatever. It was distracting enough that one of the cruise chasers died, so that was probably an okay take. Yeah, they've taken a lot more damage than we have, so the tower's taking a lot more damage than we have. Looks like their oppressor might be trying to go mid. The Merc's actually coming up very soon. Let's go and get the Merc. Good to see more members of my team have that idea. The last thing I like to see is coming up here, only see basically there's like 12 enemy combatants that I'm never going to be able to handle. Here we are. The enemy didn't come, so their loss. Soki Johnson. That's some really good glam, actually. Flame Captain. Ah, this guy's got a pretty good theme to him. Interlux. I debated on doing some more of the Heaven's Ward relics. Thing is, those are good. I might consider after I finish the Endwalker ones, because at the end of the day, those are big tombstone dumps, and that's not a bad thing in my opinion, honestly. Why is that oppressor hanging out by their tower? Yeah, if you're not gonna use it, maybe I should even keep... Honestly, if he's gonna be that useless, maybe I should keep him alive, just so that they have one less oppressor to worry about. The ninja used the assassinate on me. They can finish off low HP targets, and doing so resets their ultimate, but I think they can only do it so many times. So, you can't... I do know that there is a limitation preventing you from infinitely doing it. Or maybe there isn't, and it's just harder because, you know, there's less targets. You know, kind of like Winter Soldier's ultimate hit in Marvel Rivals. Armed and dangerous! Again! 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 It's all pretty iconic, although it's a shame that most of the... It's a shame that most of those... Yeah, it looks like they finally decided to have bring in a Brute Justice that's actually going to push, so let's stop that guy. If they're going to have a completely worthless oppressor, then yeah, let's let their enemy oppressor hang out at base. Killing that at this point would just hurt us, since... Oh, that poor Viper. That's for you, I guess. Destroy the, yeah, streets. There we are. We are. More time. And people say my board tag isn't accurate. Then again, a shocking number of the games I play bring up more things. Like even in Pathfinder, the enemies won't just plain won't shut up about how much they want to eat people. Olympus Company even has a lot of stuff that won't stop trying to eat people. It's almost like it's everywhere. Hello, enemy Brute Justice. Ow! I knew that was coming. Yeah, it's whatever. They were focusing me down pretty hard. All that matters is I melted as much of the Brute Justice as I could. I got a Brute Justice down there. I should probably help, unless the Merc's coming up. No, we still got the... Oh, the Merc's still on our side. Gobby Juice is in the middle, so that's not really worth fighting over, although I guess I wouldn't mind just denying the enemy it. Looks like our team has the Brute Justice on lockdown, so you know what? Let's go over here and just see if we can deny the enemy a free ult. Oh, we already won. reason I keep wanting to call expansion Bitter Cold, but that was a Pokemon name, wasn't it? I barely remember because it's not from a game I actually played, if you can believe that. I never played the Switch or 3DS Pokemon Mystery Dungeon titles. I used to do some ranked crystalline conflict. I probably should, especially... It's another PvP thing I could do after all. Paint time. Paint, paint, paint. As for the next expansion, I'm pretty sure I'm obligated to play it no matter what because the trailer character is a Reaper, and since I'm as a Reaper main, I must now play that. I must now do it. Hard to say if I'll, though. For the most part, I'm one of those annoying jerks who changes mains every expansion. Like, I was Bard in Realm Reborn, Ninja in Heaven's Ward, Red Mage for Stormblood. Although I did stick to Red Mage for Shadowbringers, although Dancer did make a pretty good fight for it, I won't lie. And of course, Endwalker and Dawntrail Reaper. I did give Picto and Viper a try, but Viper's just not vibing with me, and Picto's okay. Even after the nerfs, it's still genuinely powerful, but I don't know. Well, it just didn't end up sticking as much as I was hoping. Mountain. It's a shame that the Island Sanctuary is abandoned content now. I guess it is nice for a bunch of unique mounts, although a lot of them are recolors of each other. All those onion kids. The motorcycles are technically unique, or at least they were before the PvP had a recolor of them, I think. Or was it the Bosja one? Well, if you don't do Bosja, it's another way to get them, and that's always nice. Where's the... I think it might be a two-seater now that I think about it. I have to check. What am I doing? I have it right here. Or... I think this is Garland. Yep, it's a two-seater. Yeah, this is... That should have been engineered for... Yeah, okay, yeah. So the big ultimate reward for the Island Sanctuary is indeed a two-seater, and these are very rare without going in the cash shop. Granted, it's kind of dumb. Granted, you could say it's angry for going to the cash shop, but you know what? I won't disagree there. There we are. Alright, good. I took out the Reaper. Bard. Took out the Bard. Scholar gotta go down next. Ninja. Yeah, there's no possible way he could have his ultimate. Oh, dang, that poor samurai. I appreciate your hustle, at least. But yeah, there's no possible way he could have his ult here, which is the instant kill if I have that debuff for attacking him. Any other time, you absolutely have to be very wary about attacking a ninja, because if they have a debuff active on you, their limit break becomes an instant kill. And again, as a melee DPS, they have a lot of ways to pierce shields, so even having your guard up will not help. Gotta protect this area. Oh, which gun is that? Ultimate Heaven's Fire. Ultimate weapons are generally the big sign of status in this game, because doing so requires months of practice and a good team, especially since end-game stuff in this game are generally all a case of team jump rope, I think it's called. Oh my, there's an oppressor going south. I need to slay it. But yeah, it's team jump rope in the sense, and I can kind of get where that's coming from. Ultimately, it is very difficult to die without also killing your entire team in high-end content in this game. It is absolutely built to push teamwork. The oppressor's down. I'm not sure what that guy's hoping to accomplish by doing that on me. First of all, I don't care about you Vikings. I don't care about the players. I need to get rid of the Valkyries and Magus. Alright, I've gotten what I came here for. Let's get out of here. Alright, I can move while summoning them out now. We're getting very close to the Merc being up, so I should probably get over here in preparation. Honestly, it might not even be a bad idea to go up here in preparation, just because enemies could come up here. Yep, that's one of ours. Astro. Yeah, you can tell this person had a pretty good glam. What does this look like? Not bad. Astro weapons seem to be really love or hate. Oh. Well, we got him. Goblin Mercenary. Yeah, it seems like the enemy is just straight up ignoring our mechs. Yeah, if the enemy feels like ignoring our mechs, by all means, please do. That just means we're gonna win all the faster. Hey there, bud. Yeah, they're not going to be, fire supply. We have people on there? Actually, no. We should probably do so, just to prevent that gob tank. Oh, our team came by to help immediately. Well, it won't hurt just to confirm it. Yeah, 3 people, we definitely won't. Yeah, they killed the enemy that was here, and that poor machinist. I appreciate their hustle, but it just wasn't enough. At this point, I should probably just ignore everything and attack the damn core myself. At 4 HP, we just need to sneeze on it. Yeah, let's just sneeze on it and it'll fall. There we go. Yeah, someone sneeze on it. Yeah, everyone's just there we go. Someone finally coughed on it and it broke. Yeah, I remember what I said last time. Sometimes you'll get a good amount of wins, sometimes you'll just fall apart. And maybe once the patch hits, I'll do some nights of just Occult Crescent for no particular farming for no particular reason. I don't know, for some reason people don't seem to mind that. It's not a PvP one, so it'll go in the PvE folder. Although I suppose that might be a bit annoying. I don't know, maybe people want to see it. Maybe I'll even do some solo runs of Heaven on High. And Heaven on High, because that one is generally considered the easiest. Like, even with the new Deep Dungeon, that it's still considered the easiest, so I might have to seriously consider that. And even do as my main Reaper, because Reaper is ridiculously strong there. Because Reaper doesn't have upgraded base attacks and all that. They're just all at endgame strength. Every attack I have is endgame strength at that point, so. There we are. Be good. Cerulean tank. I want to be in on that one. Yeah, I don't know why someone left so early. Are they trying to see? There's no possible way they could have guessed if we're on a good team or not. I have no clue, honestly. I do admit part of me wishes I could do more of these runs in a given night, but you also have to remember that I am not a professional streamer. Yeah, we lost the mid-fight that time. So if we're lucky, these ones will have overstepped their bounds. Yeah, they went, yeah, that monk at the very least went way too deep. Well, I got a few kills for dying. Ah yes, Challenger's argument. Are Lalas good or evil? Now that is an argument we shall never have received. We shall never have worked out. our push here. There we go. Feeling good. Yeah, I can't let those creeps go by. Gotta smash that cruise chaser. Tanks have no way to break my guard. Well, technically, warriors can disable the guard for a while, and that will take it down if it was already active. Whatever, we completed our objective here. Time to go back. And protect north. Come on. I fell. Oh, that's such a pain in the ass to get back up here. I should probably help with the fight against the Merc, though. Especially since there's enemies also here. Yeah, I don't care if they attack me. If they're not attacking the Merc, they're not going to stop me. Okay, he can't die. I've got to get this up here. Ah, what a pain in the ass. How are they able to push both the Merc and the Gob tank? They can't do that. For some reason, the tanks insist they can get a kill easily. Yeah, I'm not sure how we lost both the Merc and that, but I should grab this while we're here just so my team can actually get a mech. Yikes, we were ahead of, but now we're losing horribly. So we got no defense, is what I'm getting out of this. Mega beam. Ow. Yeah, they're pushing us hard. There are pressures coming south. I'm going to prioritize those because I have a feeling those are going to be the much bigger problem here. that's what I care about. That last oppressor is going down without me, so that's good. Yeah, this one's going south, so that is where I go to intercept. Damn it. If we lose this mid, we're probably going to lose the game, so let's see if we can get it. Yeah, they're ignoring this because they know they can just rush our core, and they're probably right. Still, I do want to cap this ASAP, because if we don't, we lose 100%. Yeah, we lost. Not bad. Oh, Infinity, welcome. I'm just, sorry, I'm really caught up in the PvP rounds, I guess. Remind me, my retainers get back. They will be after the next match, I guess. I don't really want to waste 3 minutes when I could be in a queue for 3 minutes. Yeah, sure, hydration it is. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be finishing this before definitely going to make tonight a short night. Alrighty, it's here. What's out of hiding? Merge victorious. Ah, that's a pretty good one. Magic Avenger. That's the robot gorilla mount, so it's quite nice. Die another day 3. That's also one I've already got. Ooh, not even 150. I've definitely got a long ways to go, but whatever. I'm not here for the achievements. It's just a nice thing I'm gonna be getting. Like, I've already gotten most of the, almost all the frontline achievements just by playing daily during most of the times that I'm playing. So even with breaks, I've gotten the one for 1,000 matches total, for example. That's something that's gonna happen eventually. But I still do it because it's an enjoyable mode. It also has a daily roulette, which is also nice. It means people actually queue for it. They're gonna do this. Not achievements, mounts. Alright, we're gonna have big obnoxious mounts. Here, have my big obnoxious mount. Just so you know just how damn massive this thing is. Maybe I should use it in this mode just because of how much it'll annoy the hell out of everyone. Main ceruleum. This is a nice one to get. Damn it. Yeah, they all nuked me at once. Do we not have enough people going mid or something? And there, or as we just start and my retainers get back, of course. Well, I guess they had 3 minutes left, and well, probably more like 4 minutes. Yeah, the game does the counter, has that counter thing where it goes for like 1 minute and then counts for, it says hours and then counts down minutes, or minutes and then counts down seconds. Here we are. Yeah, you're Mr. Yeah, Mr. Paladin, you're not gonna kill me without your Dragoon. I'm not sure if you didn't notice, but your Dragoon buddy was the big reason you were able to survive that. I don't want to fight you, I want to fight the Magus. There we are. I'll see you later, Infinity. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Cruise Chaser. Damn it. I should have unleashed my strongest move on it. I believe that's the... Hello, Zenyatta, welcome. I want something short and sweet tonight, and I can easily control how long my stream sessions go with the PvP matches, so I figure good night for PvP night. Otherwise, I basically just stream whatever I'm in the mood for. I just re-subbed after a bit of a break, so I'll probably do quite a few story things as well coming weeks. Crap. Well, I didn't waste my limit break, and that's good. Haha. Everything, but at what cost? Yeah, but we gave up the Merc for that, but I think it was probably worth it just to make sure we didn't lose that tower. I should probably try and handle the Cruise Chasers. Oh, I thought they were going north, but no, they're going south. Okay, good, we got him. Unfortunately, since I used a big part of my burst, I won't have it going forward, but it is what it is. I need to stop that. You know what else I need to stop, though? The suppressor that's coming up right back north. Yeah, it looks like they've decided to go mid instead of north. Maybe they're just screwing around. I don't even know anymore. Might as well grab this while I'm here. Do much there, but at least I dropped everything I could on it. I was hoping it would die before it got one missile off, but unfortunately that's not the world we live in, it seems. Our core is vulnerable and theirs isn't. That's going to be a bit annoying. But we got mid at the very least. Oh, that's Gobby Juice. That's not relevant. Well, God, we're going to get Gobby Juice anyways. Oh no, they're actually fighting each other. Here we are. Alright, we still got it in the end. Good. Oh, come the hell on. I was clearly out of that when it went off. We just lost everything. It means we now have 2 Brute Justices, but I don't think that's going to be anywhere near enough. I like how the Gunbreaker is going to try and attack the core under the impression that they'll damage it. I guess all the shield are down, but I wouldn't recommend that unless... Is there a... Yeah, there was. How did I miss that? Need to keep a closer eye on everything. Granted, I'm not the only one that's messing that up. The Gobby Merc's coming. That is an oppressor I have to going mid, and I must stop it at all costs. With the steal, that's the title for how it's matched in this, I believe. Paladin just non-stop harassing me. I'm probably gonna die, but who cares? Yeah, he knew I was hiding behind there. But I was out of everything. I had no choice. And if I just try to run off, that would no longer break line of sight and be able to shoot me and snipe me there, so... As it turns out, a tank can kill if the DPS is a caster with no bulk abilities and completely ignoring you, not running away. I definitely need to collect cerulean if I'm going to be doing this. that is an oppressor I need to kill. Yeah, if you think you're gonna be slick and go mid, my dude, you're not. I swear, getting kills is so much easier as Picto. I don't even know what Viper does in PvP. I should probably play them at some point. Snapshot down on cast. You can't avoid it by walking out. On one hand, I get that it's that way because if it wasn't that way, it would straight up never hit anything. It'd be impossible. But on the other hand, that doesn't make it less annoying. Tanks are impossible to kill without focus fire. Their damage is usually a lot to be desired, especially compared to a damage dealer like me, but with all of our shields down, they really don't lose anything by just sneezing on it. Now this is the point where they probably should be sacrificing themselves just to deal with some kind of damage. Come on. Yeah, there was nothing I could do there. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes you're on the winning team, stomping team, sometimes you're the one that gets stomped. Such is the circle of life. Since I'm trying to have more of a chill night, I'm also not using the avatar I usually use here. Instead I just have a chat block. Alright, I mentioned this, right, my retainers are done. I think I mentioned earlier, but I'm just having my retainers go for leathers and fleeces because if it's one thing I've learned this expansion, it's that crafters are very lazy and pay way more than they probably should for crafting material, especially if it's like various types of fleeces, leathers, or whatever. So, good way to make profit. I recommend it. Though granted, the biggest profits are generally from the start of an expansion with when the new brand of materia gets added, because then you have to because everyone's in a hurry to gear up, and without all the content from later on that drops the materia value, it's in a much shorter supply. So spirit bonds become that much more important. Thinking about it, I should probably practice as mechs a lot more. A lot of time, my entire team has cold feet, and we get stuck at 100 ceruleum for basically the entire match, and that's just a waste. That said, I definitely do need a lot of practice, because if you're not doing your job well, you end up like that one person who got into an oppressor, but basically stayed by their own tower the entire time until they died. That's a bit of a waste. I'm not sure if they just didn't know what the oppressor was for, or they were so scared to move on they just didn't. Either way, I specifically avoided... I stopped attacking them since I figured that would at least waste their stuff. Looks like the queue times are starting to get a bit worse. I figured this being the weekend, there'd be a lot more people queuing. Then again, I guess the event is starting to reach its closing act. So with that in mind, maybe a lot of people figured they've already got what they wanted and moved on. I'll admit I'm just doing this because I enjoy the mode and it isn't up very often. You can basically only play it when a Tombstone event, Mog Tome event is going on, so gotta take advantage. It ain't easy being one of the few people who likes PvP in this game, but it's an honest living. You know, as honest as beating other people up can be. Guess we could do a classic look at people's gear. Aircell Felicius. Aragodia. I probably should include accessory glamours on my glamour plates, but I don't really have much. I guess while I'm here I could talk about it. This current outfit here is usually on my Reaper, but it's basically based upon the LCB Sinners from Limbus Company. Pretty fun outfit, I think. Works well for 4-man combat. You won't believe how long I took trying to find shoes that work. Right, let me put it over here. This is my crafting gear based off the stuff you get from Margaret's quest line. It's not bad. This is my Expedition 33 inspired outfit. I couldn't get it exactly one-to-one, so I guess you could basically just think of it as my character in the Expedition 33 universe, since it definitely fits the aesthetic, but not quite much else. I usually have this on my Gunbreaker, but I could probably have it on right now and be fine. Here's my previous Reaper outfit. Basically, clearly meant to be nice military dress, and also a bit of a flex, since the field commander's coat takes absolutely ages to get, even if you're intentionally going for it. I wasn't. As mentioned, I just play it regularly, and it eventually came. But at the same time, hey, if it's a rare item, why not flex it a bit, right? I believe this is my healer outfit. I don't play healer very much. And this is what I had in Stormblood, since I was Red Mage for the longest time. Funny enough, now that the job restriction glamours are gone, I can just use it now, can't I? This is my Samurai glam. Samurai's a lot of fun. If I wasn't maining Reaper, this would I'd definitely be a Samurai main, just because that big nuke is so satisfying. This is my Bard glamour from back in Rome Reborn and Heaven's Ward. Unfortunately, there wasn't much there. There was basically either cowboy and pirate, and that was basically it. Realm Reborn times were very restrictive times when it comes to glamours. Oh my, timer's really going on here. I believe this is my current, yeah, this is my current. Yeah, despite the handgun here, I actually also use this for my range damage dealers, including Dancer and Bard. This is my very old tank glam. I think it still looks quite nice, honestly. I like the black and gold stuff a lot more than the black and red that a lot of Dark Knight gear has. This is also another tank glam I used for a time. Although this one also got used for Paladin and Gunbreaker for a time before I got the Expedition 33 inspired outfit. I don't think I used this for anything. Oh no, I used this on Dragoon. Okay. I should probably play Dragoon a lot more since it shares gear with my main. They both use maiming gear, but unfortunately, I just never really caught up with it. Here we are. And unfortunately, that might be a sign. It might be a good time to start calling it in the next couple rounds. I'll still go well, at least one or two more, though. A bit of a short night, but a nice relaxing thing where I just talk about stuff. And yeah, I have seen... Oh yeah, and I do appreciate that the next one expansion is going to make it a lot easier to use alts. A big reason I can't use Samurai as often, play Samurai as often as I'd like is simply because it doesn't share gear with Reaper, but I also need to, yeah, it doesn't share gear with Reaper, so I'd need to farm a whole new set, but as a DPS main, it's generally recommended to have your secondary alt be a healer or a tank, just so you don't have to deal with 12 billion hours of queue times. And so my secondary I just have tank stuff. Since as mentioned, I don't really have fun healing. Oh, it's not hard at all. In a team that knows what it's doing, you basically just spam the 1 and 2, and that's basically it. Now the Sugar Glider is still one of my favorite mounts, although that's probably just because of the amount of work I put into that. I'm not even joking. I grinded for an entire month just to get all the vouchers for this thing. So, yeah, don't let anyone tell you this game has no grind. If you look for it, you can easily find a lot. Damn it. Poked in the butt by the Dragoon, of course. What a way to go. Truth be told, I wasn't even sure I was still capable of that level of grind. Sure, it's far from the hardest MMO grind I've ever done. I've done way more when I was younger, but it was still quite a long time commitment. And yes, I am aware you can just buy it, either the vouchers or the whistle. Well, in fact, I probably would have made quite a profit if I had been able to, are we winning or losing? We are losing. Yeah, I'm out of here. At this point, my best bet is just to start collecting ceruleum and being productive that way. We still have a couple minutes before the Merc comes up, so I don't need to worry about that. Time to collect some more ceruleum then. I guess if I wanted to be annoying, I could myself be a tank, because I have actually played Gunbreaker and PvP for a reasonable amount of time. Funny enough, I don't actually play Reaper or my normal main in PvP as much. I probably should give it a try more, though. I'm just used to a bunch of others. I was mostly Machinist before Picto came out, but I was never really that great at securing kills. So I'm definitely years and years away from getting Hand of Mercy, that's for sure. Yeah, let's help our op here. Or I could get hit by a train. Oops. I guess this is a sign I need to go up, help north. Yeah, it looks like our oppressor is fine down there. As long as we smash that tower, nothing else matters. There we are. a lot of kills. Okay, I need to do something about that enemy oppressor. The team is already working out well against the, and the mercs coming up pretty soon now too, so it wouldn't be within my best interest to start getting the mercs. Let's play it safe and restore my MP because the mercs are coming up very soon. Now, please tell me there's not 12 billion red enemies up here. Good, there's not. If I can get this thing, ah, crap. Well, if this white mage is dumb and focuses on me and not the merc, we might actually have a chance. Ah, crap. 3 of them out here. Come on, really? Thanks, teammates, but unfortunately nobody else was here, so there's nothing we can do. Damn it. Damn. That's also the danger of me being a caster. If I was anything else, I'd have a much better chance of surviving, whereas if I have basically any damage whatsoever, the Cruise Chaser's AoE will kill me. I straight up don't have enough HP to survive it with any level of damage. It pretty much brings me to 1 HP if I'm at full. Ah, crap. Justice. Ah, crap. See, they dropped everything on me. We're getting approached from oppressors and brute justices on both sides. Probably finish that one off. There we are. That one's dead. Is there anything else I can help kill? You know what? It's not going to be too hard to go over that other oppressor, so let's do precisely that. Seeing all these titles show can tell a story in of themselves. I just plain, as a caster job, I just plain don't have the HP to take too many hits. And it's really hard to sneak up behind on that one because the bottom does not have 2 ways to go up to that. But it's not nearly as much. We're really low on everything, actually. Our shields are down. No, our ceruleums supplies are low. We have one mech core. Hey, I at least got my stars off to destroy the mech. Did they leave before we even lost? Or did they just leave immediately and I didn't notice? Guess it doesn't matter either way. Oh well. Not the most satisfying game, but that's how it is sometimes. I had some really good ones that start the stream, but it seems my luck has run out. Some nights I'm mostly winning games, some nights I'm mostly losing games, and some nights it's just a mix. That's just how it goes. Alright, if you're gonna be obnoxious, it's time to be obnoxious. Oh, not minions. This is the biggest and most obnoxious mount I have. It's not a favorite, but I don't know, it is at least funny whenever people try to mess with me. And some of these I don't even remember where they're from. Like literary canon, I don't remember what gives that. I'm sure whatever it is funny. Wow, I just died instantly. I stopped using Comet as the roll ability because it feels like I never get kills with it, while enemies with it always get kills with it. So I decided, whatever, I'll just use Phantom Dart and try and nuke someone down. And we lost mid, probably lost mid, so I should really gather lost ground. I can also do that by killing all these enemy things. Yeah, ignore players, don't hit the creeps. There we are. There we are. It'd probably be easier if I was machinist, honestly, because obviously they don't have to suffer. Yeah, I gotta make sure their creeps don't go anywhere. Maybe that'll... Hello, Tempest, welcome. I'm actually playing one of the PvP modes in the game. Why do tanks seem to think they can easily get a solo kill? Yeah, I'm playing Rival Wings, which is a MOBA-esque PvP mode. So it's very simple. There's top, bottom, and technically middle lanes. We destroy the enemy towers to expose their core, blow up the core, and win the game. The enemy players obviously don't want us to break their core, so they're going to try and blow up ours first. tank is really going to damage our tower if I don't do something. Of course, special machines like that aren't just for the CPU spun. Ones like the oppressor here can be piloted by players. Basically, one of them destroys buildings, one of them damages players, and if you lose a tower, you can get a super mech that can just super robot that can do both. I need to stop their northern push here. Yeah, the big fat ones here are good for taking out buildings. The skinny ones here, robots here, are for mechs here are for taking out players and other robots. Obviously, we want to protect ours while they do their thing, and the enemy wants to stop us, and vice versa. If you played MOBAs before, there is no jungle in this game mode. The best you have is a mercenary that you can get on your side whenever it comes up. Wow, they have not even lost a single tower, and we're about to lose our second. Ah, crap, they're coming south. I've got to stop that. Excuse me, buddy, I've got some important business to do with your robots. Heal. Repair my, I did everything I could there. We have, not too many south, even though that's the enemy's main push area. I think our team might be getting a little too caught up with the killing enemy players, which is rather unfortunate. The Merc's coming up soon. I should at least try and stop the Merc from going under enemy control. Excuse me, buddies. I've got something a bit more important than the team fight here. Hello, machinist. Oh dear, there's two enemies here. Now, are they gonna follow me down here or no? They did not. They were actually... Okay, those guys are actually smart. They knew that the getting the Merc is more important than anything. Yeah, I can't stop that, unfortunately. Now, I do need to realize that losses aren't just a team thing. I'm a part of the team as well, so if we lose, it's not just the teammates alone. But on the other hand, What the hell does my team expect me to do if I'm here alone? If I go there alone and no one backs me up? Even if I had been a tank or something, it wouldn't matter. They just, has to push me off, kill me. Or, no, there's 2 DPS there. They could probably have killed me, yeah. So, yeah, I was kind of boned no matter what I did there. Yeah, if a tank backed up with a DPS absolutely can get good kills. Let's kill the creeps here, make sure they don't do something annoying. There we are. Pushing south might not be too bad of an idea, but I need to defend since our team doesn't seem to be doing a great job of that. Oh no, our team did in fact. Drop my little break for as much damage as I can. Lasted just long enough for the Dragoon's ult to go off on me. Unfortunate round. Pair 2 dice. Oh well. I think I'll do one more match. Win or lose, this will probably be the last one of the night, but... And since I've got Pathfinder planned for the next stream nights, I'm probably not going to be able to do any more streaming nights before the maintenance comes and the event ends. Which is unfortunate. I'd still like to do more, but oh well. Maybe I'll do some Occult Crescent farming next time I feel like doing this. I still need to do the story, though, so I also have to catch up there, but whatever, it is what it is. How many tomes do I have now? 172. Not bad, honestly. I mean, I guess I could get the minor earring if I really wanted. The only thing I really didn't have was the Emerald Weapons mount, and I got that already, so I'm in good shape. Though, for the record, PvP is not the best source of moogle tomes. If you want a ton of moogle tomes, your best bet is generally going to be the gates over the gold saucer. From my understanding, that is what the fan in the base has found as the most consistent quick way to do it, unless you can farm one of the others really quick. Which probably requires teamwork, honestly. Even now, I get 5 for a win and 3 for a loss, so again, even more reason that this is not efficient. I'm only doing it for love of the game. Here we are. Last one of the night. Let's make it a good one. I believe that hoverboard is from Cosmic Exploration. This green orb is from one of the frontline modes. I've got all 3 of them, actually. All 4, actually. Yeah, these are all... Yeah, these are all from... I believe these 3 are from PvP modes. I think that one might be something else. I have to check. I believe this mount here is from the new Deep Dungeon. Engage! Gobby Juice. That is not worth fighting over, so... whatever. It is what it is. Those are enemies. Let's, I don't want any of that. Oh, tanks thinking they are DPS. Okay, use it as a DPS if a monk is backing him up. Let's get out of here. I guess if I'm not going to be doing that, the least I can do is push here. Seems my team had the same thought. Although I guess we could also steal the Gobby Juice. Usually the Gobby Juice is not worth fighting over since all it does is give everyone an instant limit break, but limit breaks are generally charged by the time it happens. Now you could use it and immediately get a second, but you don't always have that luxury option. Just like in the main game, Pigdomancer in PvP is entirely about burst. If they can catch you with the full burst, you're probably gonna die. If not, well, honestly, they probably have nothing left. Messed up there. But hey, free limit break for the whole team. Looks like the mercs come up soon. They're gonna be south. Yeah, 40 to 30 seconds. It's usually a good idea to start looking into preparing that. I guess I should just get the last of the cerulean tank here. Wow, even more Gobby Juice. That's kind of annoying. Whatever. Okay, I don't like that there's an enemy there. Is there one in here? Crap, there's two monks in here, and I don't like that. Yeah, I can't do that on my own, and my team's gonna have to back me up, and something tells me they're not going to. I don't know, call it a hunch. Damage those best I could. Yeah, we have an oppressor that seems intent on pushing lane rather than the tower. I see an enemy oppressor I need to stop at all costs. Oh balls, this is not happening, is it? Yeah, they're dropping all their ults on me. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, there's really not much reason to be conservative with your limit break in this mode. There's an oppressor going mid. The entire enemy team seems to be going south, so... yeah, I need to help whoever's over here going after this particular one. Okay, I'm doing as much damage as I possibly can here. How is that not... what job is this guy? Gunbreaker. Yeah, no wonder they're not doing that much. I mean, they're helping. They are absolutely helping. Oh my god. At this point, they're just getting gobby juiced out of spite. Robots don't heal unless you dismount, and that loses the robot completely, so... it's certainly worth my time. Oh, not the monk again. Yeah, the enemy did not lose any towers, has barely lost any towers whatsoever. Painful. All our defenses are gone. If the enemy team decides they just want to beat upon it without any mechs, they probably could finish it here. Only 30 HP. Might still be possible to salvage that Merc. It looks like there's only one of them up there, and if so, I can actually beat their damage output with my burst. Unfortunately, once again, the enemy team proves competent. They all backed him up. I could have, worst part is if I had been smart to make him first, I probably could have beaten him, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered. No idea what that person's doing. While I was too late, and it's my fault for not being there sooner, it is also the team's fault for not backing me up or being there at the same time. Unfortunate. Not the most satisfying one to leave on, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'm absolutely not one of those people who's gonna force myself to play until I get a win, especially when I'm feeling pretty exhausted. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and call that for tonight. So, well, hopefully even the losses were entertaining in one way or another. So yeah, next time I'll get back to some Pathfinder adventures. We'll see how we go there, and after that, I'll probably do a bit more of this game next week since the patch will drop, and I'll have lots of story content to do. So, until then, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.